that's OG. Who the hell is he? Why is he in these YouTube streets? A lot of wisdom in him. When he start talking, you gon' see one and only, one and only, one and only. Don't know me because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. Oh man. OG. Because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. OG. Oh no. OG. One and only. Yeah. OG, I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. OG. Because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's ace. Negro, please, my man. Oh man. One and only. Yeah.
Back man, now I know who you are. God made you first, the original man on this earth. Black man, take your position, you are second to nothing. You smarter, faster, stronger, don't waste time. I know what the blink of your eye. You can use your God mind, built to be more perfect than the solar system. Every woman and man is waiting on your leadership. The world need to see you smile. God's first seed. Black man, God's first seed. Now do what God created you to be. You find it in your heart to forgive us for not supporting you in the war. Yes, we ate that bad fruit down to the core. With one bite, we hated our color, lips, and hair. You warned us about our bad attitudes. We just kept denying it because we didn't care. Now black men eyes are seeking other types of women. That's something black women's will have to. Black men, take your position. You are second to nothing. You smarter, faster, stronger, don't waste in time. I know at the blink of your eye you can use your God mind, built to be more perfect than the solar system. Every woman and man is waiting on your leadership. The world, can you find it in your heart to forgive us for not supporting you in the war? Yes, we ate that bad fruit down to the core. With one bite, we hated our color, lips, and hair. You warned us about our bad attitudes. We just kept denying it because we didn't care. Now black men eyes are seeking other types of women. That's something black women's will have to. Now do what God created you to be. You warned us about our bad attitudes. We just kept denying it because we didn't care. Now black men eyes are seeking other types of women. That's something black women's will have to bear.
Don't chase the competition, chase the dream. Don't chase the competition, chase the dream.
They thought I was average, just a face in the crowd. But I'm the one they can't ignore, standing proud. I'm number one, ain't nobody touching me. 1-2 legendary, that's just part of my energy. Don't underestimate, I'm on the rise. Number one, I'm lighting up the sky. They said I couldn't, but I proved them wrong. Now I'm shining bright, all day strong. Don't chase the competition, chase the dream. They doubted my skills, said I'd never prevail. But I'm the champion, standing tall, never fail. I'm multiplying my success, 1-2, it's true. The legendary status, that's what I'm breaking through. Don't underestimate, I'm on the rise. Number one, I'm lighting up the sky. They said I couldn't, but I proved them wrong. Now I'm shining bright, all day strong.
The 17th surah of the Quran.
I'm the one they all
And it talks about the Jews. Now, why do Jews have such prominence in these books? Because they're the number one hell raisers on the earth. And you got to know that. You got to know that, brother. You see, I can't back down off Jews because you're all afraid of them. To hell with them. To hell with them. A man came to me the other day and said, you know they're powerful. I looked at him and said, please. They're powerful, brother. Big man, too. He said, you know, Farrakhan, they'll kill you. I said, I know. They kill the prophets. You know they'll kill me. But I said, to me, they may look to you like Goliath, but I feel like David.
Go ahead.
They don't look like nothing to me. Now you all can bow down to their power if you want to. I bow to no power but Allah, and He's sufficient. Yes, sir. I know it means we're going to suffer. I know it means they're going to try and make things hard, but I got to do what the book says. I can't follow no cowardly path because that's the safe thing to do for me and my family.
Come on, go ahead.
I have to challenge them in their evil. Call it just like it is. If I live or die is inconsequential. Better men than me have died for the truth. Who am I that I shouldn't be willing to die for the truth, that men might live in the truth? I can't be no coward. My father didn't raise me that way. And my father is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He did not raise me to back down. The Jews confronted Jesus. And they said to him, "We are Abraham's seed." And Jesus said, "Yes, you are Abraham's seed." But then he raised the question, "But if you were Abraham's seed, you would do the works of Abraham." He was an upright man. The Jews came back to Jesus. They said, "God is our Father." Now, we don't have to listen to you. Jesus answered saying, "If God were your Father, you would love me. For I proceeded forth from God. But now you hate me, a man that seeks to tell you the truth." Why? See? Why can't you understand my word? Why can't you hear what I'm saying? It is because my word has no place in you. Meaning what? My word is clear, but your hearts are filthy. They're low down and gone after the world, you generation of vipers. Look at Jesus, man. He wasn't no punk talking man. He was a strong talking man. Tell me, turn this mic up for me, please. He was a strong talking man, and he didn't back down. And that same Jesus looked at them and said, "I know you. You are of your father, the devil. And the lust of your father ye shall do." He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. This is Jesus talking to Jews, and he called them devils. He called them devils. And you rejected Elijah Muhammad because he used the language of the very man you claim to love. He called America into question for her evil. And he spoke like no man had ever spoken before, uncompromisingly. Elijah Muhammad, my father. Every day that he lived, he died. He's not talking about he died for me, a man hanging on a cross, bleeding for 11 hours. That's not the thing. It means he hung on a torture stake. And the torture stake is the universal truth that would be preached to make men free. And the enemy don't want people to be free. So when you start teaching that kind of truth, you're on the cross, and every day you live, you die for the people. Any man that challenges this world, any man that challenges the wickedness of this world's life and its wicked, decadent order, who challenges it with truth, is a man who says, I am willing to die that others may live. It is not an 11-hour ordeal on a cross. The 11 hours symbolizes a span of time in which a person pours out their life for the truth. And they are hated for it. They are spat upon for it. They are abused for it. They are nailed for it. They are stuck in the side for it. A crown of thorns is put on their head for it. And even at times they want to give up because their own people are their worst persecutors. It's true.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Muhammad lived this way among us for 40 long years. I know that there are some in this audience who honor and respect Imam Warithdin Muhammad. But you will have to admit that here's a man that took the mantle of his father 9 years ago and quit 4 or 5 times in the 9 years. His father had the mantle for 44 years. And the father had to take him away from us. He would still be here with all the hell we gave him. We rejected him. We hated him. We spoke evil of him all around the world. And he kept on going. That's the cross. That's a man dying for you, that you would have a right to the tree of life. It don't mean somebody hanging on a wooden stake. I say it's a man living his life and dripping every drop of time of his being for your redemption. At the cross, at the cross. See? That's why when I sit down with my Christian brothers and sisters and they sing those songs, man, the tears roll down my eyes because I know what you're singing about. But I know most of you sing it don't know what you're singing about. You have some spooky idea of a white man 2,000 years ago in Palestine, and it never happened. Ain't no white man died for you. That's a sign of your leadership. Dying for you. Nat Turner died for you and me. Denmark Vesey died for you and me. Gabriel Prosser died for you and me. Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, died for you and me. Booker T. Washington died for you and me. Marcus Garvey died for you and me. W.E.B. Du Bois died for you and me. Adam Clayton Powell died for you and me. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King died for you and me. But the greatest death of all is when a righteous servant of God, in whom there is no guile and no wickedness, will die the death of a common criminal, looked upon as a no good man, yet he died by living for us. He died that every one of us could come to this hour and see Reverend Jackson and Farrakhan standing together and a black nation coming up. Men died to bring that about. And Reverend Jackson and myself are two men who are marked for death at this very hour. Isn't that sad? A reporter asked me the other day, he said, Farrakhan, I noticed you talk about people after Reverend Jackson's life. Do you ever think that they may be also after yours? I said, I never give it a thought. I'm so busy thinking about the lives of others, I ain't got time to think about my own. But others think about my life.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
And others know that the white man and others want to see me dead.
That's right.
But that don't bother me. So help me Allah, it don't bother me. I was born into this world to give my life for you. And it pleases me to die for you. That may sound real silly, but all of my life, I have lived it thinking of the freedom of black people. And now for the last 30 years of my life, I have given this word which gives life and suffered as a result of that word and don't feel no pain because I love suffering to bring about the rise of black people. Sound crazy, huh? But there's some people born to do certain things. You know, Michael may be born to sing and dance, and he does it well. Others may be born to play the horn. Dr. J may be born to throw that ball. All of them have higher purposes if they would realize it. But I'm born to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm following in the footsteps of my Father. And if you notice, all the disciples of Jesus died like their master, because they lived like him. Because there is something worth living for and worth dying for that's more than your life. When I hear black people sing, as I was speaking before the Black Mayor's Conference in St. Louis, a black woman stood up and sang the song that Martin Luther King wanted to hear just before he was killed. Precious Lord, take my hand. And when she sang that song, the tears rolled down my cheek, because as I listened to her, I saw the beauty in our people. Our people are truly beautiful. Even when they act ugly, they are yet beautiful. Somebody gotta love them enough. America promised to go past all of their craziness, that when to bring out of the Soviet Union was defeated, that they would help Elijah Muhammad, the Mujahideen. That man loved you so much, brothers and sisters. The love that he had for you is so awesome that I was mesmerized by the majesty of this man's love for his people. I thought I loved you, but he showed me how to love you. You didn't hear me? You know, people say, I love you. I love you, sweetheart. How you gonna prove it? Well, if you love me, you'll give me a diamond ring. Or if you love me, you'll do something nice for me. This is the way you measure love, by what people give you. Sick. People give you things for all kind of motives, and it ain't got nothing to do with love half the time. But the real way you measure love is when a person will give up their life, their being, to see that your life is made better. And that is the life of Elijah Muhammad. He was beaten with many stripes. I never heard deceit in his mouth. Always he spoke of you. Always his thinking was for you. He sat me down one day and said, brother, this is the way I want you to think. He's telling me how he wants me to think. And you know, I'll give you an example of what he said. He said, don't think for some, think for all. Don't speak for some, speak for all. He was telling me, don't speak just for the few Muslims. Speak for the hurt of all the people. Don't let the white man make you think you're all different. Speak for the whole. And then he said, this is the way I want you to think, Farrakhan. Call me brother. He said, if we have 30 million people who eat 3 meals a day and 3 slices of bread, or 1 slice of bread per meal, that's 90 million slices of bread per day. 630 million slices of bread per week. 32 billion 760 million slices of bread per year. How much land must we have under wheat cultivation to give the black man his daily bread? You say, Lord, give us this day our daily bread. How you gonna have your daily bread? You gonna let Wonder Bread do it for you? No, Tip Top? And these poisoners of our people, you need to have land under wheat cultivation. You heard me yesterday. I may be in some trouble today, not with God. I told him, if you lock us out, if you lock us out, if you lock Jesse out, you're telling us you don't want us no more. And if you don't want us, I tell you like Pharaoh, Moses said to Pharaoh, let us go. And I'll come on down to Washington and negotiate for some territory. Because you can't have no daily bread without some land to produce that bread. You can't have any daily meat unless you have cattle and lamb and chickens and whatever fowl you eat. You must have grazing land, feeding land. You got to have land if you want to eat. You want to build houses and live in better houses. The houses come out of the earth. You got to have earth that you can call your own. I'm not a pipe dreamer. Oh, don't you want to go to that promised land? Not promised sky.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to stay out the sky as long as I can.
Go ahead.
I mean, I fly almost every day. But I mean in the ethereal way. I ain't ready for that yet. Not unless God is ready. The resurrection of the dead. Let's close this subject on Easter. Elijah Muhammad made a community in this country of living men and women that put life into black people. I was talking with a brother yesterday who's from Africa, North Africa. He saw in us a new jewel, like a new community. What he was saying, without saying it, you all have been raised to life, but the other black people need what you have. And the only way that we're different from our people is that we know something that they yet don't know, so it's our responsibility to share it with them. Is that right? Let me conclude. Brothers and sisters, in 1975, it is commonly believed that Elijah Muhammad died. The whole world believes that Elijah Muhammad is dead. I said he's alive. People said it's crazy. Okay, wait now. What I'm telling you is the man you've been reading about in the Bible and in the Quran was in your midst. The very Jesus you've been clamoring about all your life came up among you and you didn't recognize him. Sweet little Jesus boy, born in a manger, meaning born in the ghetto. Sweet little Jesus boy, I didn't know who you was. And the light shined in the darkness, but the darkness comprehended it not. And he came unto his own, and his own received him not. It's not our fault. We couldn't see. Our eyes were dim. He was persecuted, and a plot was hatched to kill him. There in Mercy Hospital, that's where Calvary is. A man dying for his people under the plot of hypocrites and devils to remove Elijah totally from among us, but make it look like it's a natural death, so it wouldn't alarm the people. I want you to listen to me. But this Quran says, and when you almost killed a man, then you disagreed about it. And Allah said, strike him with it partially. Made, and the Quran says, he was made to appear to them as though he were dead, but he was not dead. Now I challenge the family of Muhammad. If Farrakhan is lying, I'll pay to exhume that which you call the body. Since his mouth was worked on by two dentists, one in Chicago and one in Mexico, we have the records. Bring the body up and let's see who that is. If I've made a mistake and am in error, you will shut my mouth forever. I say, bring it up. I'm willing to risk everything I got that body is not the body of Elijah Muhammad. The Quran says in some scholars' translation that a substitute body was put there. This is in the translations of the Quran. Even the scholars of Islam don't even know who it's referring to. They believe it was the Jesus, but Jesus 2,000 years ago was not the Messiah. The Messiah comes at the end of the world. Just telling you. We believe that the angels got him out. What angels? I ain't talking about spooks. I'm talking about men. Superior men of wisdom.
America promised
who can blind you to the reality of who they are.
That when the Soviet Union was defeated, that they would help the Mujahideen.
There are men like that among us today.
Build,
men like that among us today.
Rebuild Afghanistan.
Take it or let it alone.
But America is not interested in building any nation that will be true to Islam.
That Allah raised him to himself.
So once the Soviet Union was defeated, America backed out on its promise. The Soviet Union collapsed.
Is dead, is alive, and with the
and
God.
America became
receiving
the only power in a unipolar world.
That is a greater book than the Quran and the Bible.
I've come across another video from Minister Louis
and a whole new world audience coming in, and a new gospel is coming down. Take it or let it alone, man. I'm just gonna say this today.
Afghanistan.
Because it is what we believe.
We get involved in Afghanistan.
And this little brother right here that you look at.
Did you know that Osama bin Laden
is one that God has favored
paid by the CIA
through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? And when that new book is revealed, he will reveal it through me to the entire world.
Well,
your Quran tells you in a chapter called Furqan.
Afghanistan is a Muslim country.
The 25th surah. Blessed is he
and socialists and communists
is sent down,
had started ruling Afghanistan.
To the nations.
So the Muslims now, this is a period of Islamic revival all over the world. And the Muslims are rising up to come back to the pristine purity
I say you didn't know my
of
father.
the faith.
But now you're getting acquainted with his
when
son.
The Muslims rise, they
and
challenge
wherever I go in this country,
a socialist government.
People walk up to me and
this
grab my
happened
hand
in Egypt
and say,
under Gamal Abdel Nasser, who was a socialist.
In your time, I don't
but
say
the Islamic
nothing.
Brotherhood wanted to return Egypt
what is it that
to Islam in
God
its purest form. This is going on all over the Middle East now. So most of the moderate
and you know that a man has to be from God
Muslim
to
leaders, they're
this
all
world in the manner that I do without no fear. Brothers and sisters,
Afghanistan.
If I challenge them,
how did power in a unipolar world?
And you see a student of a man, and you can see divinity in the student.
From Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Then what about the father that you didn't know anything about?
I want us to watch this video. I will be back.
Your eyes were too dim to see him.
Afghanistan.
But your eyes are opening up to see the Son.
Involved?
And through the Son,
in Afghanistan,
you see the Father. Because the Son and
Did
the Father.
Did you know that Osama bin Laden was
your book paid is just
CIA?
walking to fulfillment right in front of you.
You didn't know?
While I'm talking to you right now, the second crucifixion is being planned.
Let's just get a little talk. See, Afghanistan is a Muslim country. And socialists and communists
That's why you hear me talk like
had started ruling
because
Afghanistan.
God, through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, has
so
made
the
us
Muslims
see
now, this is a period of Islamic revival all over the world.
I feel so totally
and the Muslims are rising up to come back to the pristine
because
purity
I know I've got to go through death
of the faith.
to get to the other side.
I've come to watch these videos.
And if I go through, and by his grace I shall, then you also will have to come through that same narrow portal. The Jews right now are celebrating Passover. It just ends, I think, tomorrow. 8 days. During this Passover, they have what is called the Seder feast. And at that feast, they pour a cup of wine and they leave a place at their table. And they leave the door ajar for a man named Elijah. A Jew wrote me the other day, said, Farrakhan, I wanted to sit down and meet with you, but after all these threats I heard, I don't think it's any use sitting down talking with you. I wrote him back and said, it is sad that intelligent men must talk to each other through the media, which at its best does not accurately convey our thoughts and ideas. I wanted to tell him, you're in Passover. Don't close the door on the very man you've been looking for all your life. I could tell the Jews that I am their last chance, and I will tell them that soon. I know you think I'm crazy. It's all right. It's all right. Because some thought Jesus was a madman too. But the white man is scared today. He's frightened to death. Because when he took my tape of March the 11th and began tearing it up, he saw something in it. And he sent people all over this country questioning them about Farrakhan. And the reports that came back to him staggered him. He couldn't find a breakthrough nowhere. The Christian clergy, the head of 7 million Baptists, stood up and told them, I heard about Farrakhan, but I heard Farrakhan. He said, and when I heard him, I put my ear to him, and I know when a man have the Spirit. And he said that man is filled with the Spirit of God. White man closed up his camera and got the hell out of town. Look, he went up into Buffalo, New York to talk to the most powerful black politician in the state of New York, Arthur Eves, in the legislature. He started talking to Mr. Eves and then got around to Farrakhan. And Arthur Eves said, I went to the Savior's Day convention. And when I read the New York Times and read what you all said, I wondered, could we be looking at the same event? He said, I came away from there a changed man, and my whole life has been renewed. He said, I was gonna assassinate Rockefeller after Attica, but I spent 3 hours with Farrakhan and he turned me around. I owe him my life. Packed up their camera and got the hell out of there. But then they come and they meet my Muslim brother. Sad, sad, sad. And the so-called Muslim gives the enemy the thing he's looking for. It's just the way the book said. The book doesn't lie. The Jews stirred up the hypocrites against Muhammad. Well, it's happening again today. I tell you, brothers and sisters, we're at the end of this. They've taken my words, and poor Jesse, every time that poor man speaks, he was in a conference the other day with the governor of Ohio. 1 hour and a half when he came out the door, you think they would ask him, and what did you and the governor talk about? They said, and Farrakhan said at the mayor's conference, and what do you say about it? Yesterday, the man delivered his program on urban blight and how to correct urban blight. Serious program. The minute he comes out, you think they want to ask him about that? Farrakhan was at Push today, and Farrakhan said, and what do you say? I don't want to hurt my brother. Jesse is so beautiful. He's so wonderful a brother. He don't care what the cost is. He gonna stick with his brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I don't want to be a burden to him because I'm a free spirit. I can't let no man muzzle me. I got too much in my mouth that has to be said, and politics notwithstanding. So I think the time has come that I ought to sort of step back a little and continue my support of my brother, but from my platform. The time is come that all of us will be called to account as a witness for the truth. The FBI handed Mr. Webb my tape. Is there a criminal charge you can put on him? Is there an investigation you can bring up on him? I said to them, do whatever you will. It's all written in the book. And by the grace of God, we'll go through it all. And they'll see a resurrection and an ascension. Because you are to rise from death and never return again. It's your time to rise up as a great people for God's glory. And believe me, your ascension into heaven knows no limits. When they say he ascended to the right hand of God, that's exactly where you're going. And that's what Jesse means. That's what Jesse means. You hear Jesse talk? Such strength. Shaking white folks up. They saying, Lord, what we gonna do with him? Let's see if we can make him vice president. And Jesse don't want it. He's going all the way. Can't be bought out. That's the ascension to the right hand of power. Come on up, black people. It's resurrection time. Come on up, black people. It's Easter time.
Get involved.
Yeah, you could say fertility. That's the first command that God gave
Did you
to
know
Adam. Multiply.
Osama bin Laden was
And I think if the sisters are multiplying,
you didn't know?
oh, pardon me, I should say it better.
You didn't know.
if the homosexuals
Well, let's
are multiplying.
See,
And everyone tries to make one.
Afghanistan is a Muslim country. And socialists
Every bookseller tries
and
to get
communists
somebody to sell more.
had started ruling
Every prostitute
Afghanistan.
wants another woman in the stable.
So the Muslims now,
Everybody
this
is
is a
making
period
what
of
they
Islamic revival all over the world. And the Muslims are rising up to come back to the pristine purity of the faith. So when the Muslims rise, they challenge a socialist government. This happened in Egypt under Gamal Abdel Nasser, who was a socialist, but the Islamic Brotherhood wanted to return Egypt to Islam in its purest form. This is going on all over the Middle East now. So most of the moderate, in quotes, moderate Muslim leaders, they're all in trouble because the masses are rising and they want Islam, but they want it in its pure form. So the Muslims started rising in Afghanistan, and the Soviet Union did not want the Muslims to destabilize the socialist government, so they sent their troops in to take over Afghanistan. Enter Osama bin Laden. I don't know exactly, remember who was with me when I was in Pakistan, in Islamabad, and I met with that President Zia-ul-Haq. And I went into Peshawar, where the Mujahideen were, and we met with the leaders of the Mujahideen. Mujahid, it means a struggler, a person involved in a jihad or an intense struggle for God. For God. The Mujahideen that we met in Peshawar were fighting the Russians or the Soviet Union in Afghanistan. The United States said, well, we are God-fearing, Satan talking. And you Muslims are God-fearing, and the Soviet Union is godless. So let's back the Mujahideen. So the CIA funneled money, weapons, information to the Mujahideen. And those are ancient warriors. And they whipped the Soviet Union. And we could see the Soviets taking their tanks and getting out of there. But what happened, America promised that when the Soviet Union was defeated, that they would help the Mujahideen rebuild Afghanistan. But America is not interested in building any nation that will be true to Islam. So once the Soviet Union was defeated, America backed out on its promise. The Soviet Union collapsed, and America became the only power in a unipolar world. Osama mad as hell. The Mujahideen mad as hell. So a civil war broke out in Afghanistan between the warlords who controlled the poppy, the heroin traffic, you that snort and you that shoot up. Most of your heroin coming out of Afghanistan. So the Taliban arose in a civil war, and they win and conquer Afghanistan, cut off the poppy. Now, let me tell you, did you know it ain't got nothing to do with the Taliban and women wearing burqas? This thing that covered a woman all up. America acting like she's defending women. When you walk in the street with your behind out, ain't a damn soul saying nothing to you. But you gonna defend women in Afghanistan who cover, and you are uncovering your woman, making her look like a prostitute. Ain't nobody saying nothing to you. He's not a defender of the modesty of women. He used that as an argument to sway the American people against the quote-unquote Taliban. You know what the word Talib means? It means student. Taliban, the students of Allah, students of His word, students of His prophet, students of His way. They don't want nothing but God's way. That's the war that's going on in the world today, is if you want to obey God, over here. If you want to keep doing the mess that you're doing over here, and God intend to kill, you did not hear me, because you're not making no out of the real God. He will wipe you from the face of the earth if you don't get your act together. Now, damn it, He ain't playing with you. So America saw they wanted to build an 876-mile pipeline from Turkmenistan through Afghanistan to Pakistan to the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea. They sent for the Taliban. They weren't talking about no burqas. They met in Texas in 1997. Unocal, a Houston-based company bidding to build the pipeline, of which your former Vice President Cheney is a stockholder. You know, damn it, you know, what angers the hell out of me is the damn punctified preachers and leaders who know the truth but won't speak it for fear that something bad is going to happen to them. if you know the truth, speak it. And if you gotta die, damn it, die on the truth that you are man enough to speak. All right, I'm almost there. They invited the Taliban to visit them and government officials in Texas. And dressed in traditional garb, the high-ranking delegation was given VIP treatment during the four-day stay. So don't look at VIP treatment by your former slave masters and their children as some kind of sign now that they have changed. If you keep that teaching in your head as you deal with your former slave masters and their children, they won't be able to deceive you. But if you ever forget and begin to think that your 400-year-old enemy under the trick called integration has now become your friend, if you ever lose your knowledge, then the enemy will deceive us again. Can the devil fool a Muslim? Really? Some of you are already deceived. Some of you waving flags. You think this country has changed because you got a black man up there? Talk to me. Has the ghetto life changed because you got a black president? Are the police still profiling and killing? Is the gang still banging and cocaine and heroin still selling? Don't you deceive yourself and allow this euphoria to blind you to everyday reality of black suffering in America. Barack Obama can't heal it by himself. He's put his enemies around him. And they gave him the most armored vehicle of any president in the history. And he's gotten more threats on his life than all the presidents and presidential hopefuls combined. Do you think they're happy to see Michelle in the White House, directing the kitchen, first lady of a racist empire? Do you think you're living in a post-racial America? If you do, you are one of those that Satan has deceived. So when they talked with the Taliban, it wasn't about the misuse of women, it was about a pipeline. And some French writers reported that members of the Bush administration said this to the Taliban in July 2001. Either you accept a carpet of gold or a carpet of bombs. When the Taliban refused, 9/11 gave the Bush administration and the neoconservatives the excuse to attack Muslims in the name of fighting terrorism. The leader of the Taliban was Mullah Omar. And Bush asked him, turn over. Osama bin Laden. Mullah Omar is a Muslim. He said to Bush, send me the proof that he and his so-called Al-Qaeda were responsible for 9/11, and I will turn him over to you. That's our way. Just because you're the president of the United States. See, you don't order a Muslim. You can order a sissy that pretends to be a Muslim, but you can't give orders to a Muslim who obeys God. The Quran says, when one is accused, you have to bring the evidence. I'll be glad to turn him over to you. He's in our country. But bring the proof. You ain't heard no proof yet. And they haven't been able to find bin Laden. Osama been forgotten. Now, Pakistan is upset. It's in bad shape, but the Muslims are rising. Pakistan has nuclear weapons. India, Pakistan's enemy, has nuclear weapons. China, India's enemy, has nuclear weapons. So there have been border clashes between China and India, India and Pakistan through Kashmir. But America don't mind India having atomic weapons, but not Pakistan. And they're worried now because the Muslim Islamists, militants, are rising. Boy. And they fear that if they come to power with an atomic nuclear weapons stockpile, they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. Crazy as hell, but they ain't that crazy. Within 20 seconds, 30 seconds, one send one over to India, another one send right back. So it's suicide. That's what forces people to come to a negotiating table. We call it détente. with Russia and America because both of them have the nuclear power to destroy one another. So let's sit down and talk. But Israel, she is a nuclear power in the world and the only real nuclear power in the Middle East. I have a document here from Press TV. An ex-official of Israel says Israel can hardly wait to attack Iran. Tel Aviv has by no means shelved its plans to strike the Iranian nuclear infrastructure, says a former Israeli envoy to the United Nations. The envoy is Mr. Dan Gillerman, former Israeli UN ambassador. And he said Tel Aviv could not afford to wait any longer for diplomatic efforts to curb Iran's uranium enrichment program, adding that it was preparing a military offensive against the country. I heard Barack Obama, when he went before AIPAC, the American Israeli Political Action Committee, he declared that he would, destroy Iran if they attacked Israel. And I think that was when he was running, and Hillary Clinton went before the same committee and said she would wipe Iran from the face of the earth. Now, that's his Secretary of State. Now, the country is spoiling for a war with Iran. Iran is not Iraq. And if they had trouble in Lebanon with the Hezbollah, and they had trouble in Gaza with Hamas, they should let that be a lesson. Because when you're dealing with Iran, you're dealing with an entirely different Muslim nation. Does Iran have the right to develop her nuclear knowledge to build that which will cause her not to be able to depend on oil, but power generating, nuclear power generated source of energy? Does Iran have that right under international law? What's the answer? Yes. Iran is a signer of the non-nuclear, non-proliferation treaty. Israel is not. Even if Iran developed a nuclear weapon, what's she gonna do with it? See, my brother and friend Muammar Gaddafi, he had nuclear stuff over there, and he was working on it. I mean, he was working on it, and he gave it up. And he said, well, what were we gonna do with it? If he threw a nuclear weapon at Israel, the response would be so overwhelming that there'd be no more Libya. He was smart.
You can have it. We don't need it. Let's have good relations. That's pretty good. Iran says, we're not breaking any law. We're going to build nuclear energy producing facilities in our country. And if Israel or America attacks, we have something for them both. I don't know what they got. I don't know what they have. But I know this. You got this hawkish prime minister forming a government in Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. And his mind is, I don't care nothing about America. I'm going to do what I think I need to do to protect Israel. So if Obama hasn't been to Walmart, that's an inside joke. It's just that Walmart is selling everything, and they might have a corner where they're selling used testicles. Damn it, if you don't have the testicular fortitude to use the leverage that America has to rein in the hawks in Israel, then Israel will create a war that will lead America to her destruction. I'm going to close with this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, America will not win another war. I'm going to say it again. Why are you talking like this, Farrakhan? Because I don't know how much time I got. And I can't waste time. But you'll never be able to say that I did not warn you of what America is facing and what you are facing. If it cost me my life, I was born to die. But I intend to choose not the method or the way by which I die, but the state of mind that I will be in. This Quran says, die not unless you die in faith, die in submission to the will of God. I believe that that's exactly what I'm preaching, the will of God. And you that don't see America at the bar of judgment, trying to make friends with God's enemy. Then you go ahead. She will not win another war, and foreign wars and the plagues that are hitting America and the world is destroying the American economy and the American way of life. Come out of her. That's what John the Revelator said, come out. But where you going? It don't mean go here, go there. It means come out of the
way of life that you are living under the guidance of an enemy of God. You can come out of that. You can stop doing the thing that you're doing that makes you an enemy of God. Come out of her, my people, the book says, and be ye not partakers of her sins and her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven. As Jesus knew he was about to go,
Is that OGJ say Negro, Negro, please? He's putting that season on me. Damn, that's OG. Who the hell is he? Why is he in these YouTube streets? A lot of wisdom in him. When he start talking, you gon' see one and only, one and only, one and only. Don't know me because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. Oh man. OG. Because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. OG. OG. One and only. Yeah. Because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at. Is that OGJ say Negro, Negro, please? He's putting that season on me. Damn, that's OG. Who the hell is he? Why is he in these YouTube streets? A lot of wisdom in him. When he start talking, you gon' see one and only, one and only, one and only. Don't know me because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. Oh man. OG. Wanna know me. Yeah. Because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. OG. 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 I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man. OG. Because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's ace. Negro, please, my man. Oh, man. One and only. Yeah. One and only. One and only. Don't know me. One and only, don't know me, because you're trying to find your way. I'm the one who's at peace. Negro, please, my man.
Back man, now I know who you are. God made you first, the original man on this earth. Black man, take your position, you are second to nothing. You smarter, faster, stronger, don't waste time. I know what the blink of your eye, you can use your God mind. Built to be more perfect than the solar system. Every woman and man is waiting on your leadership. The world need to see you smile. God's first seed. Black man, God's first seed. Now do what God created you to